Hello everyone. It has been so long since I filmed a car clip. We are long overdue, and today is the perfect reason to do so because we're going birthday book shopping today. I did indeed turn 26 last week. And luckily I've been financially compensated for that fact by several Barnes & Noble gift cards from several of my friends. So we are gonna go and do some spending, do some damage, do some dopamine gathering at the Barnes & Noble at the Grove in LA. It's gonna be very busy. It's a Sunday, middle of the day on a Sunday, no less. It's gonna be packed, so prayers for me, bear with me. I'm really hoping I can do the public filming thing. I'm really hoping I can pull this off. We'll see. But I'm really excited because I have a lot of books that I'm wanting to get. But like what's fun is there's no one at the top of my list. Basically, I think my overall goals are going to be at least one for my 25 and 2025 list. One book that I just kind of like find and like learn about in the moment. It's okay if I've like kind of heard something about it, but like if I'm really learning about it and being like, wait, this sounds super fun, super interesting, I want to pick it up now as I'm browsing. I want to get something like that because I really feel like those are the books that I get the most excited about. If it's really like in the moment I read it and I'm like, wait, I want this one right now without preconceived notions. So I want to get something like that. And then I just want to see what's speaking to me, whether or not that's something that's from my immediate TBR or not. I kind of want to just do some perusing and see what happens. So we're going to see where we land. And then also I'm okay with just getting 2 or 3 books because I have enough to get, I think like 4 or 5, I think, depending on if I get paperbacks or hardcovers. But there are a lot of books coming out in the next couple of weeks and month, I guess, that I know I'm gonna be wanting to buy like very promptly, like the new Emily Henry book. Sunrise on the Reaping, the new Hunger Games book comes out like, I think at this point in like 2 days. Yeah, it comes out in 2 days. So I might just like leave a little bit of money on the gift card to get that. I don't know, we'll see. There's a lot of books that I could potentially grab and I'm really excited. And then I also have a bit of a haul just from like my birthday in general of books that were gifted to me that I want to show you guys, and then I will obviously run you through the books that I pick up while I'm at Barnes. So anyways, with all that being said, let's go to Barnes and let's get shopping. I'm really excited. Okay. I'll probably leave some money on the gift cards for the new releases and then spending $30 over. So then what? Hey. So, let me just... This is the haul. This is the birthday book haul, and it's excessive, I'm aware. Something came over me in the bookstore. I was not planning on spending that much money, and you know what? It's okay because I only walked out with 4 books. However, I did spend the entirety of my gift cards plus extra. So it's just, there's something about the Grove Barnes & Noble and their excessively large selection, especially in like the trinkety gift section, that always gets me. So anyways, I have quite a few books sitting in my lap here. I think it's, let's see, 7 books that I received slash gifted myself for my birthday. So I think I'm gonna start with the ones that I actually received as gifts first, and then I will get to the ones that I just picked up at Barnes. So first of all, we have In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado, I believe is how you say her name, Machado? Carmen Maria Machado, which is a queer memoir that I believe is supposed to be incredibly interesting in its format. Like, I think it's supposed to be really unique in that I think the book itself is supposed to feel like a haunted house. And this is from my beautiful friend Erin. I've had this on my list for a really long time. I feel like I saw a lot of people talking about it in their reading wrap-ups last year, I want to say. Like, I feel like I heard a lot of people talking about it at the beginning of 2024, and I do want to read more memoirs, and I want to read more books that are unique form-wise. So I'm really excited about this. I feel like almost, if not every memoir that I have read, I read as, or like listened to as an audiobook, and this is one that I want to read physically because that's like part of the whole thing that makes it so compelling. So I'm really, really excited about this one. Book number 1. Aw, cute. I didn't even realize this has a cute little, I don't know if it's actually signed or if it's like a photocopy of her signature, but there's a little signature page from Elsie Silver in the front of this. I have Wild Love by Elsie Silver, which I think is the first book in, yes, the first book in the Rose Hill series, which is her new series. I think there's actually already 2 or 3 books out in it, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's another like cowboy romance series, and I'm pretty sure that this one is all single dads. If I'm pretty sure. And this one specifically, I'm pretty sure is about a man that owns a recording studio, I think. Yes, I don't know, a recording studio in a small town. And he's a single dad, and then his best friend's sister moves back home and is looking for a job, and he hires her to work for him. So, little workplace, can I speak? Little workplace, forced proximity, romance, single dad, best friend, sister. There's a lot of tropes going on in here. I am curious to see how I'm gonna feel about this because I've only read one other Elsie Silver book, and it was Flawless, which is the first book in the Chestnut Springs series, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. It was like a little bit more, I guess, like not necessarily too spicy, because I like spice in books, don't get me wrong. Maybe like raunchy is the right word. Just a smidge raunchy for my taste, I think, specifically in the sense that we were like in the male love interest's POV. His mind was like dirtier than I would have liked. I just don't really need to know what a man is thinking usually in my romance book, because I just don't need to know. The male brain is not a safe place for me, I fear. So I don't know if this is dual POV. I think, yep, I actually just opened to a chapter that has Ford's name on it, so I do believe it is dual POV, but I don't know. I've also only read one book in the Chestnut Springs series, so I'm sure that like every character is different, and like each book follows a different brother. So I need to give it another chance. And I didn't mind the writing style at all. Like, I had a good time. It was very fast paced, very bingeable, small town romance fun. So I need to give it another chance. But yeah, I don't know. Very interested to see how I feel about this, because I feel like there have been different opinions on this series versus Chestnut Springs as well. Like, people that really like Chestnut Springs maybe don't like this one. So I feel like it could work either way as well. We'll see. So very excited about this one. Thank you, Mad. Okay, and then my friend Ashton got me Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, which is a mystery thriller, and it's supposed to also be like a dark comedy situation. Did I say the title of it? I feel like I just blacked out. Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. All of the reviews of this say that it is like really funny, and like the top little tagline says Knives Out meets Richard Osman, and a witty twist on classic whodunits. So just like overall seeming very fun. I love Knives Out. I love like the overall premise of like a fun, funny whodunit, and I feel like I need some like mystery thrillers on my TBR shelf that I'm excited about, because my last TBR jar video, I looked at my thriller section and I was like, what even are these books? So very excited about this one. Thank you, Ashton. Okay, and then now moving on to the damage I just did at Barnes & Noble, which was exactly what I needed, okay? It provided the dopamine that I was looking for, and that's all that matters. So first of all, I'm gonna show you the things that definitely put me over the gift cards that like I didn't need to buy, but I just couldn't resist when I saw them. Because like I said, the trinket slash gift slash stationery section of the Barnes & Nobles that are huge get me every time, because they're like incredibly expansive, and they have like every personality could find something there. Do you know what I mean? So they got me, unfortunately. First of all, I have been wanting to get back on track with like just feeling healthy and feeling like on top of what I'm eating, and just like going to the grocery store. And also I just have been really obsessed with like the tomato motif in general. I'm not even a huge tomato girl. Like it's not like I sit there and eat tomatoes. I like them in things, but I'm not a standalone tomato girl at all. So I'm kind of a poser, if I'm being honest, because I have a tomato blanket and now I have this tomato meal planner. But is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? It's from, I think it's Papier is how you say it, Papier. I don't know, but it's like a blank weekly meal planner where it has the days of the week without like dates. You can put breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then there's a grocery list on the side that you can then tear off because it's perforated and take with you to the grocery store. How cute is that? Just to sit on my desk as well. I'm obsessed with her. I did not need her really at all because I could just use my notes app, but maybe this will motivate me. She says every time she buys something like a planner that she uses for 1 week and then forgets exists. And then lately I have been incredibly obsessed with Moomin, as I said. I don't know why, and I've also never even like read a Moomin book or a comic book or anything of the sort. I just think he's so cute. He's so cute. And so I did buy a Moomin coloring book. I don't know. It's not even like I really have that much time to add another hobby to my plate, but I feel like I do end up spending a lot of time just like sitting on the couch watching TV during the week. Like at night, my roommates and I, to wind down, we watch like an episode or two of reality TV. So like I could just incorporate this as like an extra like turn the brain off situation, or like while if ever I want to like listen to an audiobook at home. I don't know, he's just really, really cute. I'm personally very excited about this. I had my mind open to the idea of a coloring book and was waiting for the right one, and this felt like the right one. So, and then also I got this bookmark. I did not need a bookmark, but look how cute. It says, I think picking flowers would soothe our nerves. It usually helps. I really need to do more research into this if it's gonna become my new hyperfixation character, but it's really, really cute. So I had to do it. I also am not entirely sure I even got charged for this because I had slipped it into the coloring book while I was shopping and forgot about it, and I'm not sure that the checkout person saw it. So kind of a win as well. Actually, definitely a win as well. Okay, moving on to the books, which I'm sure you care about a lot more anyways. So I actually did end up with 4 books, which I did not intend to do, but I did hit, I don't even think, did I list off 3 things? I don't know. Did I list off 3 like check boxes? I don't remember what the third one was, if I did. But I know I said my main priorities were, first of all, I wanted to get something from my 25 and 2025 list, which I did. And I wanted to get something that I just like came across as I was browsing, even if it had been something that I kind of knew something about before, but just like wasn't super aware of consciously and wasn't super high priority, and was like, wait, I'm actually super interested in reading this sooner rather than later. That did end up happening, and I have one of those in this stack. And then also, we got rid of like the overall like buy one get one 50% off tables. Like there's not just tables labeled that really anymore. They have tables that are themed, and then on that table some of them will have the 50% off sticker and some of them won't, which makes things a little bit tricky, I'm not gonna lie to you. I stumbled upon a book on one of the tables that had one of the buy one get one stickers, and it was a book that I've heard, I heard Tia. Again, I feel like I get all of my like main book recs from Tia because so far she has not led me astray. Any book that I've read because I heard Tia raving about it, I've been obsessed with. So I mean, I'm gonna keep going on the hot streak, obviously. I mean, and it's okay if there's a miss at some point, that's totally fine, but so far we've had wins, so I'm gonna keep going with that. But she got to read an arc, I'm pretty sure, of the book that I found. I remember her like raving about it, so I picked that one up, and then I was like, well shoot, I'm not gonna buy a book that I could get a deal with if I bought another book, so I'm gonna have to find another book with a buy one get one sticker. And then I ended up spending another like I think 45 minutes at the store trying to find another book with a buy one get one sticker. And what's so annoying is I just ended up going back down to the bottom floor, back to where I started, and I'm pretty sure I picked this book up in the very beginning. I think I have a clip of me picking it up, and I was like, oh, that's cute, but I don't know 100% that I want to buy that because I recently bought it for my roommate and I could just read her copy. But when I went back down there and I came across that same table, I realized it had a buy one get one sticker on it. So then I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna get that one because I know I would like to read it at some point, and it's 50% off. So anyways, all that to say, 4 books. Let's go through them. I have a nice little spread going on here. I actually think I'm gonna show you them in the order that I found them in. So first of all, you did see me pick this one up and kind of debate between this one and another one, Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. So basically, I just finished the entire ACOTAR series, as you can see sitting behind me, and I actually ended up having a really great time. The further I got into the series, the more I was enjoying myself, and so I really feel like I'm going to eat Throne of Glass up, and I could see myself starting this really soon. So I knew that I wanted to get to this year, and it's on my 25 in 2025 list. And I knew I wanted to get at least one fantasy book while I was at Barnes today. But one of the first books that I picked up when I walked in to the store was Legendborn. Is that what it's called? Legendborn. I always feel like I'm saying the wrong thing. And it's been on my mind because I think the third book in that series just came out and everyone's been talking about it, and I want to read it so bad. But right now I'm not super in the mood for dark academia. And then also that's not a complete series. Like there's still another book that's gonna come out, if not two more. I know at least one more, and that doesn't even have a release date set yet. So this is a complete series. I was like, you know what? It makes sense to invest my time and energy in something where if I wanted to, I could just like sit down and read. Well, sit down and read. I could spend like several weeks starting and finishing this entire series. So this is what I ended up going with. And honestly, still to this day, I don't know a ton about the premise of this series. I have avoided spoilers so successfully. It's actually really impressive. All I know is that the main character is an assassin, and I think that she has to like assassinate a certain number of people to win her freedom or something. Guys, I have no idea. And the thing is, I don't want to read the back or like look into it to tell you because I don't want to know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I also know a lot of people start with Assassin's Blade, but I know myself, and like novellas and like prequels don't really hold my attention very well, so I'd rather just like jump straight into the story at the start of the story in terms of like number one and then go back. I think you're supposed to read it after the third book. I don't know. I will make sure to read it in the correct order when I'm starting with this one, but that's what I chose to do. So I'm really, really excited about this one, and I have high hopes. And then next, I happen to be in the section of the store where like it's a wall of booksellers' favorites, and I don't even think I recorded myself picking this one up, but it was on that wall, and I didn't pick it up from that wall. Like I saw it on that wall, but I didn't really think about it. It was in a section, I think, I'll have to see if I can find it in a clip, and I will put it up here if I can, but it was in one of those sections and my eyes completely skimmed over it, which honestly tends to happen when I am book shopping with my camera out. Like my brain just kind of stops recording when I'm recording. We love that. But then I turned around and there was just a wall of like general fiction books behind it, and I was just kind of, you know, scanning the shelves, and I happened to see the cover of this author's other book that I recently saved to my TBR on Goodreads, and I picked them both up and read the summaries of the backs of both of them, and this one stood out to me more. And then I realized that Brooke Averick, who I follow on Goodreads and just love generally as a person, recently read this and rated it 5 stars, and I remember reading her review and her being obsessed with it. Now I will say, she and I famously don't have the same book taste. She has rated a lot of my favorite books very low. However, I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling like we're gonna align on this one. It is Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead by Emily Austen. It's pretty short, first of all. And then the premise is that this girl stumbles into a Catholic church because she's really anxious. She can't stop thinking about death. She wants to talk to a priest. Is that who works? I don't know what kind of religious leader works at a Catholic church. Is it a priest? Father Jeff. Okay, well, okay, I'm just gonna read the back. It says, desperate for relief from her anxious mind, she responds to a flyer for free therapy at a local Catholic church, but Father Jeff assumes she's there for a job interview. Caught off guard and too embarrassed to correct him, Gilda is abruptly hired to replace the recently deceased receptionist Grace. It's not the most obvious choice. She's a lesbian and an atheist for starters, and so in between trying to learn mass and conducting an amateur investigation into Grace's death, Gilda must avoid revealing the truth of her own mortifying existence. It says it blends warmth, deadpan humor, and pitch-perfect observations about the human condition, which sounds so up my alley, and I feel like recently I've been doing a lot of contemplating about a lot of the themes that seem to be present in this book. So I feel like I'm gonna eat this up, and this is the one that I was like, I have heard vague things about, but I've never really like, I want to pick this up right now, and that's how I'm feeling about it, having read the synopsis and really been like, wait, I like the idea of this, I want to read this. So this is now high on my priority TBR, and honestly, since it's so short, I can see myself picking it up in the next couple weeks, which I'm very excited about, and thus checks off box number 2. Okay, and then for my buy one get one 50% off books, I got 4 Weekends in a Funeral by Ellie Palmer, which this is the book that I heard about from Tia. I feel like I will eat this up. It's giving forced proximity, resentful enemies, like not true enemies, just kind of like resentful acquaintances to lovers, you know, existential themes of like what we mean to each other, etc. I just love something that feels like a general fiction, women's fiction with romance. That seems to be like my bread and butter. So high hopes for this. Honestly, it kind of is giving me How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong vibes, and that could be wrong, but that's just kind of how it reads, at least in the synopsis. And even if it's not exactly that, that's okay. I still feel like I will be eating up the vibes of this in general, so I'm really excited. Basic general overview. Girl shows up to her ex-boyfriend's funeral. No one knows he dumped her, so she doesn't want to upset anyone, so she agrees to go pack up his apartment with his best friend over the course of 4 weekends. Very excited about this one. And then when I went back downstairs to scan all the tables down there for one last 50% off sticker, First Time Caller by BK Borison, which I happened to see a review. Like, I opened Goodreads at one point while I was at Barnes & Noble, and there was a new review from Lexi where she gave this 5 stars. This is a Sleepless in Seattle inspired rom-com, which I love Nora Ephron. I don't even love that movie, but I just love the vibes of a Nora Ephron movie. And this just seems really, really sweet. It's like single mom. The tagline on top says, a hopeless romantic meets a demoralized radio host in this cozy Sleepless in Seattle inspired love story. And I'm sold. So very excited about that. And honestly, the stack is just, I'm just really, really excited. I usually am feeling a little bit ill about adding this much to my physical TBR because the rate at which I have been getting through it has been slow at best. But I feel like there's a really good variety in here to where if I'm not in the mood for something, I will be in the mood for something else in this stack, if you know what I mean. So I don't know, I'm feeling very excited, very grateful. And you know what? It's okay that I'm 26. I think 26 is a great age. I'm excited for the year ahead, even if it doesn't seem like it every time I talk about it. I honestly hadn't said that I was 26 out loud until like 2 days ago. And my birthday was like over almost 2 weeks ago now at this point. So it was a little bit jarring, but I'm adjusted now and I'm just excited. I feel like all you can do is keep looking forward and be grateful for your existence. So that's where we're at. Feeling grateful, feeling excited. And thanks for coming along on this little book shopping excursion and for listening to me yap about books for another year of my life. And yeah, really appreciate you guys. That's all I have to say for now. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in the next one. Bye.